Starting off with a largely overlooked stock, Applied Materials has surged on booming AI-driven semiconductor demand, with investors betting the company's advanced chip-making equipment will remain essential as chips shrink to 2 nanometers and beyond. Applied Materials reported record fiscal Q2 revenue of $7.91 billion, up 11% year-over-year. Adjusted earnings reached $2.86 per share, while GAAP diluted EPS rose 33% to a record $3.51, both beating analyst expectations. It also raised its outlook for semiconductor equipment growth, now expecting its business to expand more than 30% in 2026 due to sustained AI-related spending. For Q3, Applied Materials forecast revenue of about $8.95 billion and adjusted EPS of $3.36, significantly above estimates. CEO Gary Dickerson said the rapid expansion of AI computing infrastructure and strong positions in logic, DRAM, and advanced packaging create a foundation for long-term growth. The semiconductor systems segment generated $5.97 billion in revenue, while Applied Global Services grew 17% to $1.67 billion. Applied Materials increased manufacturing capacity and inventory to meet demand, improved its logistics network, and raised its quarterly dividend 15%, marking 9 consecutive years of dividend increases. It also expanded partnerships at its epicenter with companies like SK Hynix and Micron Technology and TSMC. Major customers like TSMC are sharply increasing capital spending, benefiting Applied Materials, deposition, gate-all-around, backside power delivery, and advanced packaging technologies. Given this positive fundamental picture, even if price can't keep soaring to new highs on a steeper incline in the next 2 weeks, the 400 to 380 range offers moderate to strong support potential heading into June, as the broader market makes a minor retreat from all-time highs too. As for Figma, another uptrend attempt from record lows sees a reverse head and shoulders pattern presenting potential for an acceleration up towards 27 if price can get green closes over 23 within the next 2 weeks, with daily volume well over 30 million. This latest technical prospect of turning away from new record lows since last year's IPO is being shaped by fundamental factors related to Figma, reporting strong Q1 2026 results, driven by growing adoption of its AI-powered design tools and deeper enterprise usage. Revenue rose 46% year-over-year to $333.4 million, beating expectations and accelerating from prior quarters. It also raised its full-year revenue forecast to roughly $1.425 billion and projected Q2 revenue of up to $350 million. A key focus was whether customers would continue paying for AI features after Figma began charging for usage beyond subscription limits. Figma said more than 3/4 of enterprise customers kept purchasing AI credits after billing started, while about 95% remained active users. CFO Praveer Melwani said growth was fueled by stronger seat expansion across organizations and rising adoption of AI products like Figma Make, MCP, and Figma Weave. Customer metrics also improved significantly. Net dollar retention climbed to 139%. Paid customers increased 54% to about 690,000. And accounts generating over $100,000 in annual recurring revenue rose 48%. CEO Dylan Field argued that as AI makes coding easier, design and human judgment become more valuable. Despite strong growth, Figma acknowledged rising competition from AI-driven design tools and ongoing pressure on margins from higher AI-related costs. So it might not be fully out of the woods yet, as the post-IPO slump still casts a long shadow. Similarly, Surf Air Mobility supporters set their sights on staving off a dive down under $1 because of its recent publicity push, planting the possibility of commercialization progress as it released videos highlighting how its AI-enabled Surf OS platform, powered by Palantir Technologies, improves airline and private charter operations. Surf OS supports crew scheduling, operations, and network visibility for Southern Airways and Mokulele Airlines, while Broker OS streamlines charter sourcing, pricing, and customer experience for Surf On Demand. Surf intends to expand Surf OS to third-party aviation operators and manufacturers. Broker OS launched commercially in December 2025, and Operator OS is expected in the second half of 2026. Next up, BlackBerry renewed its share buyback program, allowing it to repurchase up to 26.8 million shares through May 2027 as part of its capital allocation strategy, which it said is supported by its stronger cash flow and balance sheet improvements. This builds on previous bullish sentiment around reports that highlighted growing momentum in its QNX automotive software business, which powers safety and driver assistance systems in more than 275 million vehicles worldwide. QNX generated nearly half of BlackBerry's fiscal 2026 revenue and is expanding into medical devices, robotics, and industrial systems. With that firm fundamental background, even if price can't stick to 6 and keep up the steeper incline with volume over 30 million in the next 2 weeks, a fall to the low $5 range for a correction onto a shallower angle likely wouldn't be a major threat to the growth of the overall uptrend this year. On to Faraday Future. It's frantically trying to hold over the fragile 36 safety net after losing its grip on the uptrend line. Some fundamental factors Faraday fans are trying to highlight for a positive pushback towards 50 revolve around Faraday Future announcing a partnership between FFAI Robotics and Robot Shop, making FF's humanoid and bionic AI robotics products available for purchase through Robot Shop's global marketplace. FF said the deal validates its AI robotics sales model and expands access to education and enterprise customers worldwide. Faraday Future reported shipping 68 robots by the end of April, with positive product gross margins, and expects deliveries to accelerate toward a target of 1,500 units in 2026, up from an earlier 1,000-unit forecast. It believes education will become the largest early market for consumer robotics and plans to expand partnerships with K-12 schools, universities, and education camps. Q1 2026 revenue rose 62% year-over-year to $512,000, nearly matching full-year 2025 revenue, while operating losses narrowed 18%. FF secured $45 million in financing and emphasized its shift toward becoming a physical AI company focused on humanoid robots, bionic robots, and AI-powered vehicles. CEO YT Jia said the company is building a device data brain ecosystem in which deployed robots generate data that improves AI capabilities and drives future product adoption. However, FF remains in the early commercialization stage and still faces funding, profitability, and NASDAQ compliance challenges. Hovering over to Hyperscale, it plans to launch a tender offer to repurchase up to $5 million of its shares at 21 cents per share, funded with existing cash. It said the move reflects management's belief that its stock is undervalued relative to its balance sheet, including cash and Bitcoin holdings approaching $100 million. Executive Chairman Milton Todd Alt III said the offer aims to provide shareholder liquidity while repurchasing shares at what the company sees as a discounted valuation, resulting in today's green spike, renewing the drive to break over the current downtrend line and concretely close over 14 by June to avoid a continued bearish advantage falling for new lows into the second half of the year. Soaring up to Sidus space, it appears to be readying to rocket back on a steeper incline back to previous highs, provided daily bullish volume keeps roaring back towards 40 million. Fundamental fuel for the generally bullish outlook comes from its Q1 revenue growing 51% year-over-year to $359,000, thanks to new customer contracts and expanding satellite operations. It launched 3 LizzieSat satellites, achieved sub-5 meter imaging resolution from LizzieSat 3, and advanced partnerships in orbital data storage and AI-enabled space technologies. Despite a net loss of $5.2 million, results improved from last year, while cash reserves totaled $27.3 million with no term debt. Further thrust came from CEO Carol Craig, commenting that the company remains focused on scaling commercialization, disciplined spending, and long-term recurring revenue growth.